You're very welcome back. Now, ordered from the comfort of your couch and delivered straight to your door, there's no doubt that online shopping is easy and convenient, but just how safe is it?
Our consumer expert, Siobhan Maguire, joins us now with advice on how to make your virtual shopping experience a safe one. Good morning, Siobhan.
Good morning.
Hi,
So,
Siobhan.
do's and don'ts, what are the perils we should be looking out for? Is it a minefield? Are people still nervous about shopping online?
It can be. Actually, the European Consumer Centre did a very interesting survey at the Ploughing Championships last year where they polled people and asked them, are you shopping online? And then asked them to go into a little bit of detail. So around 73% of people, I think, polled said yes, they are shopping online. But that 44% of them weren't sure of their rights. They felt that there was a little bit of ambiguity about buying online, that they weren't sure about the companies they were buying from, that kind of thing. Now, it is important in the context of this issue to look at what is happening at the moment. Irish people are shopping online. We are opting for digital purchases over physical ones. So virtual shopping is a big deal. The Visa's consumer spending index, which was published last month, shows a 5.3% increase year on year on the same period last year. And that's in online purchases. And that was up on the 4.9% increase in December. And then we look at other reports, like there was the Marketing Institute and UCD's Smurfit Graduate Business School brought out a very good report that showed that 60% of cash spent online actually went to websites outside of
Overseas,
Ireland as well.
Which is a real issue, Siobhan,
It
isn't it?
is,
Because
yeah.
we're really conscious of buying Irish, supporting Irish businesses, and I think we've become quite loyal and, you know, we're very conscious of the importance of keeping jobs and boosting the local economy, but overseas websites are huge in Ireland.
They are huge, and Retail Ireland brought out a report this month. Now they're the sector of IBEC that look after the retail side, and they said that Christmas 2017, the stats will be phenomenal for online shopping. Around 70% of us shopped online, and that again, we were looking to websites abroad. Now, there's a whole segment, we could talk about this for the rest of the day, about why Irish businesses need to kind of step up to the mark now and embrace the notion of people shopping online. They need to come and join the party,
don't they?
Exactly.
Let's talk specifically then about our rights, because that's what people would have a concern about. Because people would know your procedure. If you're going into your local shop and you're picking up a shirt and you don't like it, you can bring it back. How does it change online in terms of our rights?
It doesn't.
There's no difference.
And there are a couple of differences which I'll point out. But for the large part, we have being a part of the EU is great in terms of continuity in rules and regulations across all the member states, including Britain, until October, when they head off out of the EU. Everything they sell to an Irish customer must comply with EU regulations. So we have the issue of the 3 Rs, which is repair, replace, or refund. So that applies whether you buy the physical object or whether you buy online in a virtual product. You must also be aware of that you have the right to change your mind, that there's a cooling off period of around 14 days. Now, this is where there are slight differences. That will apply to most products, in that you can decide after 14 days, I don't want this anymore and I'm sending this back. But if it's a booking like an accommodation booking or one of the auction sites, that's where a little bit of ambiguity creeps in.
But do you have to go to the lengths then of paying attention to their terms and conditions? Because that's always their comeback. Well, if it's actually in the terms and conditions that we don't, we have a different set of rules. Do you have to go down that road and read their terms and conditions? You do, don't you?
Well, technically you should, but none of us do really, do we? Unless it's a massive
I think we do
item.
when we need to. You know, when we're not sure where we stand. But if I am changing my mind, there's nothing wrong with it and I'm going to send it back, do I absorb the cost of the postage? That's dependent on the website, isn't it, and the retailer? Exactly.
And this is where you might want to check your terms and conditions. And this actually falls into some of the tips that we have for people being a little bit more savvy when shopping online and staying safe, I guess. There are a couple of things, like, for example, you need to know the company you're buying from. Are they credible? Have they got a company address and a phone number on the site? Have they stated clearly how much you'll pay for delivery? Have they told you when you'll get the product by? If all of that is clear, it should be an okay
And
site
also,
to buy from.
if you haven't heard of them, or if you're buying through one of the auction sites and you're buying from a specific buyer, they'll have reviews. Go and check them out.
Exactly.
Look at people's previous experiences with them.
Simon, that's a great point, because customer reviews are the most honest thing you will get on websites, and you will get a mixed bag of people
Free of
saying
all
this
the
is
marketing
fantastic.
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, people complaining about delivery, or people saying delivery was fantastic, and the more customer reviews, the more that site is being used.
Exactly.
The safer it is.
So keep an eye out for rating systems, I'd imagine.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you say validation, there was a padlock symbol that we had to look for. Is that still the case?
Yes, I mean, and this is kind of basic internet shopping. A very secure site will have a little padlock. And more retailers are going for the PayPal option, which is a very nice option for consumers if they're buying. To set up a PayPal account, it doesn't cost anything unless you're selling something. And then you have to pay a small amount to PayPal. Otherwise, you can use the PayPal account to purchase items very safely.
And would you say that's the safest and most secure way to pay online?
Well, it's a way I use.
Yeah.
I like it because you are going through PayPal, so they have a note of every single item you're paying for. Now, not all retailers will use PayPal. As I say, more and more are choosing to do that.
The subscription trap. Talk to us about that.
Oh gosh. The European Consumer Centre in January of this year issued a warning to people, because in January we've all got new ideas about what we want to do and change our lives and make things better. In 2018 it's going to be a magnificent year and I'm going to change absolutely everything. Therefore, you take on all the free trials on various websites that you can to see if you're going to make this amazing transformation in mind and body. An awful lot of these free trials are very, very dangerous, in that you can't avail of the trial until you have first put all your payment details in. So they have your credit card details, bank details locked in. After the 14 days, if you haven't cancelled, you immediately go into a payment system. This can vary according, depending on the company or the product. It can be, they can take it a payment weekly, monthly, or they can take a 6-month payment. Oh yeah, and people get burned.
So you
really
need to
badly
you need
this
to
way.
And
watch
is this
that.
a pop-up that can come up when you're on a reputable website?
No, because
No.
you could be on a reputable website and they will say, we have this special offer. Do you want to sign? Say the likes of, these genealogical sites that are very popular at the moment, and they offer you like a free trial that you can browse and find out everything about great Uncle Pat, and it's going to be fantastic.
But then
and
after
then you
4
get
weeks...
locked in if you don't cancel.
Okay.
Now, it's fine
Beware.
if you cancel, and remember, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, of course. You forget, don't you? Siobhan, thank
Siobhan.
you as always.
Thank you.